I took one of the golf carts over the bridge last on the, no, I'm looking to fall out of that thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the field area for the special presentation. 2023 marks the 31st season of celebrating J. Edward Red Cox. For those of you who did not know Coach Red Cox, he was the first director of Parks and Recreation in St. Augustine. He served in that capacity for 37 years. He was a true supporter of Flagler College in those early years. He was an incredible influence to thousands of youths who participated in all activities throughout St. John's County for many years. As an athlete, he was a star catcher for the St. Augustine Saints professional baseball club in the mid-1940s. He still holds the Florida State League record for being walked 6 consecutive times in one game. The historic Lighthouse Park on Anastasia Island is named after Coach Red Cox and is attributed to his influence in the direction of St. John's County youth. We are honored to have with us today his daughter Margot and Mimi, Margot's husband Alan Coach, and Mimi's husband Mike Robertson. former recipients of the Red Fox Award who are present in attendance today, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. We would also like to recognize this year's player who is the recipient of the endowed Red Fox Scholarship, junior infielder Jaden Ward. This year, we want to recognize the late Herbie Wiles, who was a pillar in the community for more than 90 years. Herbie Wiles was a great friend of Coach Fox, and owned what is still Herbie Wiles Insurance Sales. Herbie served this community for 12 years on the St. John's County Commission and served as a member of the Flagler College President's Council for many years. He was awarded by the City of St. Augustine with the Florida Award, given by the city for extraordinary service to its community. Herbie and the Wiles family were instrumental in their time and efforts to help establish the Red Fox Endowed Scholarship for a Flagler baseball player. The VIP Premier Sing section here, Ridgedale Field, is named in honor of Herbie Wiles, appreciation for his generous support of Flagler College baseball and the Red Fox Scholarship. The support and friendship of the Wiles family with Herbie Wiles Insurance have been invaluable to the college and to all of the student athletes whose lives they have touched. With us today is Herbie's wife, Mrs. Annette Wiles, daughter Debbie Wiles, his son Doug Wiles, who is a former member of the state legislature, and the president of Herbie Wiles Insurance, along with his wife Doris. Also, Herbie's granddaughter, Ashley Wiles, along with Ian and Ray Wiles, and their children, Olivia, Lucas, and Mason. Thank you all again for your community service and support of Flagler College and the Saints baseball program. Please give both of these families a deserved round of applause. Thank you. Pass it on.
Flagler is riding a 4-game winning streak as they continue to fight for a spot in the PBC tournament. But there's very little room for error. The Saints need to take care of business against Claflin to keep pace with Augusta for the last spot in the tourney. Saints baseball starts now. Hi, everyone. Along with Jordan Fauci and our producer, Martin Fiorentino, I'm Dave Wenda. Glad to have you with us. Getting a little bit of a late start as we had some pregame recognition to deal with. Scholarship handed out to Jaden Ward, but Jordan, last night, it was a great start for the Saints in this series, all behind the pitching of Gage Voorhees.
Say it time and time and again, Dave. Just since he's gotten here, has been the ace of this rotation, Gage Voorhees. In his last, what mostly was his last start at Flagler, at home here at Flagler, he went out, put a Maddox-like performance, really. Just dotting up the zone. At one point, for those who didn't watch the game last night, 94 pitches, 76 of those strikes. He retired the last 17 of 18 that he faced. And on top of that, our fantastic SID, John Jordan, gave us this stat. The last 25 and 2/3 innings of work for Gage have been without an earned run. Just dominance on and off the mound for him. And it was great to see him go out behind another just fantastic performance.
Looking like the all-conference pitcher he was a year ago, and maybe will be again this year. His last earned run, as Jordan mentioned, coming way back at North Georgia on April 7th. So the Saints and the Claflin Panthers set to get going. First pitch is a strike to Kobe Miller, the center fielder, leading off for Claflin. Dylan Faulkner gets the start today for the Saints. Big left-hander. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. Faulkner making his 10th start, his 12th appearance overall. He has a 4-3 record and a 5.67 earned run average. 0-2 pitch, grounded right back up the middle for a leadoff base hit from Miller.
Just kind of left that breaking ball over the middle part of the plate, and Miller able to capitalize, put it right back up the middle.
That brings up De'Avian Sumter, the third baseman.
Sumter had a really busy day in the field yesterday. It seems like the Saints were grounding balls to him left and right the entire game.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Runner breaks from first, and the bunt is fouled off. Saints start the day just a half game behind Augusta for that 8th and final playoff spot in the PBC tournament. So a win today brings them even with the Jaguars, who are out of conference this weekend. Augusta wraps up its season next weekend, its PBC season, with 3 against Buford, USC Buford, a very winnable series for them. And there's strike 3 on the swing from Sumter. So if the Saints can take care of business today and tomorrow against Claflin, and Claflin's the eminently beatable team, they'll be actually a half game ahead heading into the final series of the year.
I think they can do it. I'd like to see them do it. We have Georgia Southwestern next weekend. I believe it's Buford. I want to say USC Buford for Augusta.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So you got to take care of business. If the Saints just need to win out. Just win out at this point. You have winnable games, and then you have that 3-game set with Georgia Southwestern. Hopefully with a lot of momentum going in this series. The last 4 games for the Saints have been great, as that's a great pickoff.
And they've got the runner caught in a pickle, and making the tag is the first baseman, Coy Phillips. So quickly a second out in this inning.
Just an unbelievable move there from Faulkner. Froze the runner, Miller. And big lefty there. Really is able to control the running game. Good move over. And take it out any way you can get it.
The batter's Mackenzie Gay. Gay, the first baseman for the Panthers.
Tried to drop a drag bunt down in the game last night.
Really?
Yeah, interesting to see. Ward was playing way back on him. I think he was just trying to test it, but he's still at 6'4", 240.
I'd guess that's generous. Yeah, I mean,
that's what they have him on the roster as, at least. And that's a big guy to try drag bunt down.
And I'm guessing it wasn't successful?
It was not successful.
Okay.
Pushed it foul.
Oh, okay. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Claflin is 1-36 on the year, 0-25 in the league. Oh! And the bat goes flying. It's strike 3, the third out of the inning. The Panthers get a single, but nothing more. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. All set for the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Sims Owens, Trey Newland, and Jaden Ward to face Charles Jackson, the Panthers starter. Jackson making his 8th start, his 14th appearance overall. He has an 0-8 record, a 9.49 ERA. He's thrown 49 in the third innings, given up 66 hits, 65 runs, 52 of them earned. He's walked 46 and struck out 40.
Not great numbers.
No?
Not great numbers by any means, but that's been really the story with Claflin for the last couple of years. At least I've been here. They just have not had arms.
Right. This is Owens, the right fielder. Shows bunt, gets it down, and it's going to be an infield hit for Owens on the bunt. Sumter may have been better served to see if that one would roll foul. Either way, the leadoff hitter for the Saints is aboard, and it brings up Trey Newland.
Imagine off to the races here. The Saints were very active in the running game yesterday. A couple of stolen bags. They actually got caught, I believe, twice as well. The man behind the plate for the Panthers and Caraway. Really solid arm. The starter last night, Kyle Hawkins, doing a good job holding people on. But I would not be surprised to see Owens on second base at some point.
Owens did steal a base, so did Newland, extending his PBC lead. Clapp was caught stealing, as was Fullwood for Claflin. Count is 2-0 to Newland. Steps out and looks down at the third base box and gets the instructions from head coach Dave Barnett. The runner broke on the pitch. Newland grounds out to second, and Owens moves up.
Now batting, fifth third baseman, number 11, Jaden Ward.
Brings up Jaden Ward.
2 RBIs yesterday for Ward on a nice single. Kind of caught up in the gap there. Center fielder Miller played it really well. Thought it was extra bases off the bat, but we'll take it anyway and get 2 more RBIs. And just adding on to another great season for him.
First pitch from Jackson's outside. Ward honored before the game with a scholarship.
The guy was here yesterday? Oh, yeah, sure. So, no.
But they just say, I do not want to be next to
2-0. It's the Wiles scholarship, is that correct? The Wiles family?
Yep.
Well-established family here in St. Augustine. Great baseball tradition. Two 2-0 is grounded to short. Joshua Cooper makes the play. And there are two gone here in the Flagler first.
Good location on fastball there. Outside, but took a little bit off of it. And Ward just rolled right over on that. Didn't really draw it up much better than that.
Here's Coy Phillips, the first baseman. Phillips hitting .333 in limited at-bats. 12 hits and 36 at-bats coming in. He's driven in 7 on the season.
He smoked one yesterday. Right at the base of the wall by the 370 marker out in right center. Thought off the bat it had a chance. Actually, a couple of balls yesterday. The wind was really blowing in hard from center field, as it usually does here. And caught a couple of balls up that I thought were gone off the bat.
Count is 2-0. Now 3-0. Wind blowing in again from the southeast, as it so often does. Essentially, the batter is facing right out towards St. Augustine Beach. Occasionally we get a west wind. 3-0 pitch is in for a strike.
Well, it seemed a little bit high there.
Three-one is in the dirt, and Phillips has a 2-out walk. Runners at the corners, and here comes Matthew Burke.
Now batting second baseman, number 3, Matthew Burke.
Well, Burke hitting .252. Striven in 18. Has 4 doubles. Has not homered this season. Saints don't hit a lot of home runs. Just 10 as a club. First pitch strike.
I think Claflin might be the only other team in the PPC with less homers than we have. They have 7 total as a team.
Line drive to center, and it's going to get down for a base hit and score the first run of the game as Owens comes home on the RBI single from Matthew Burke. 1-0 Flagler.
Good timely hitting there from Burke. It would have give the Saints a lead here early.
So 2 on for Taylor Clapp, the shortstop.
Really liked what I've seen from him defensively at short. The strange transition to go over from first to arguably the most difficult position to play in the infield at short, and he's done a great job.
And another hard hit ball. This one into the gap in left center. It's going to score at least another run. That's cut off by the center fielder Miller. And the Saints lead at 2-0 on the RBI base hit from Taylor Clapp.
Now batting left to 11.2, Tim Kudlinski.
Brings up Tim Kudlinski, the left fielder. First pitch is high. Kudlinski hitting a Robust 302. 7 doubles, 5 runs batted in. Throw behind the runner at first. And getting back in plenty of time is Clapp. Two-0, swing and a miss. Well, the Saints come in 15 and 27 overall, 10 and 15 in the Peach Belt. That's currently good for 9th place, but again, just a half game behind Augusta. So a win draws them even with the Jaguars. And another base hit, this one to left. They'll send Burke. And the ball is bobbled in left field, so it goes down as a base hit and an error.
He's doing a good job going the other way here. Nice piece of hitting. A little 2-0 rally for the Saints.
Well, the umpire will come in and do some grooming of the mound. Not sure if Jackson is uncomfortable out there. He's given up 3 consecutive singles, 4 hits in the inning so far, plus a walk. Have brought in 3 Saints runs. Here's Ashton Thomas, the DH.
Yes, that's not. He would have scored regardless. Is it?
The clock in third base was an error.
Yes. So that's what got the third. Got to put an error up for Claflin.
That one stays high. A ball and a strike. Thomas hasn't seen nearly as much playing time this year. Batting just $158. Has a couple of home runs. And has driven in 10, looking for more right here.
Still a dangerous guy in the lineup for the Saints. Would have loved to see him get going earlier in the year, but it's difficult for a guy who played the field the majority of last season to switch into that DH role.
Yeah, Thomas has bounced around first base, left field. Hasn't really settled into a regular starting role, even though he's got lots of offensive potential. Arguably the best raw power on the team.
A lot of loud outs for him. When he hits the ball, he really does some damage.
Way upstairs. .26 pitches thrown by Jackson in this first inning. Reaches out for a ball that was off the plate, pops it up. This should end the inning. Sumter squeezes it, but the Saints get 3 on 4 hits, and they lead it 3-0. Top of the second inning. Saints got 3 in the bottom of the first on 4 hits plus an error. And lead at 3-0. First up, Jelani Howard, the left fielder.
Defensively, the corner outfielders for the Panthers have struggled in this series, to say the least. Jelani Howard misplayed a ball that ended up being an RBI double for the Saints. And then on the other side, Sledge dropped a routine fly ball, which brought in a run as well. Going to tighten some things up here defensively if you're Claflin.
And then Howard committed the error in the first inning.
For basketball or baseball or volleyball.
He's behind 0-2 and way late on the fastball. Third strikeout of the game for Faulkner, all of them swinging. One down for Joshua Cooper, the shortstop.
Just some high cheese right there. Love that. Just some power pitching from the left side. Just blowing a fastball by Howard.
Well, Claflin's really struggled in the last 3 seasons at least. Going back to 2021, they're 1-36 this year, 0-25 in the league. They just picked up their first win. I think that it was against Payne about 10 days ago. Their first win on the season. Last year they won 5 games, 1 in the conference. And in 2021 they won 3 games. They were all conference wins. But just 9 wins over the last 3 seasons for the Panthers.
New head coach for them, Scott Nestor. This is his first year as
Nestor is the first year coach. I don't know who was the coach previously, but Nestor's been brought in to try to turn things around. Was a volunteer assistant at Villanova, a lot of experience as an assistant at the lower levels of college baseball. And strike 3 looking.
first one of the day, pair of shoes. First one in the closet.
I'm still trying to figure that out. I was laying on my couch watching baseball yesterday, and I think I watched some of the Red Sox.
Played the Brew Crew yesterday. Picked up a win. Much needed win for the Sox.
Well, maybe it was the day before. But is it that you're looking at your shoes while you're taking strike 3? Is that what a pair of shoes is?
You're frozen in the box. You're just kind of there.
Okay.
Standing. So just imagine, like he's stuck in his shoes there.
Oh, I
So
see.
You leave the shoes there when you're frozen.
Okay.
Always love that term.
This is Eric Sledge, right fielder.
Also, 4 straight strikeouts for Faulkner as he settles into this one.
Fish and toe. Watch out, right field.
Swing and a miss, and he struck out the side. 3-0 Saints. Bottom of the second, Saints lead at 3-0.
The Saints, the catcher, number 27, Jackson Wentworth.
9-hitter Jackson Wentworth will lead things off, and then back to the top of the order for Sims Owens and Trey Newland to deal with Charles Jackson. If we're watching during the warm-ups, Jackson came out with one glove, and after a number of warm-up tosses, exchanged it for another glove that was brought to him from the dugout. Hard hit, but foul. And you had an interesting theory on why that he might have changed gloves.
So it appears that the webbing on the glove that he was using for the first couple warm-up pitches was open, like an infielder's glove, not with the traditional pitcher's web that you really can't see through. Can't tell exactly, so that one's roped.
But caught, sliding grab by Howard, robs Wentworth of a hit.
But it appears that the webbing on this glove's closed, more like something you'd see out of a pitcher, so batter can't pick up anything out of the hand, or in the glove, maybe a grip. That's just my theory. Can't really see all that well from up in the press box, but just something to keep in mind.
Here's Sims Owens, who had one of those 4 singles for the Saints in the first inning.
Bird's right behind you.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Owens has really cemented himself at the top of the lineup for the Saints and as the everyday right fielder. The 0-2 is outside, a ball and 2 strikes.
Be surprised to see him go to a breaking ball here. We were talking about it during our in-between innings. Just really struggled to locate with his off-speed today. Every one that he's thrown has pretty much been hung up over the middle part of the plate. That one a good one, just missed inside.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson's thrown a lot of pitches. This is his 35th. This one hit hard and over the head of the right fielder. It's going to be extra bases. And Owens will pull up at second as Sledge get a good job of getting the ball back in. Second hit of the day for Owens. It's a double.
That's a tough play to make for him, going directly back. Like, that one was pretty much hit over his head. That's a tough play to go straight back. Usually you'd like to at least take some sort of angle to it, but solid effort there. Reached out, and good job of him to get it in, because Owens can fly. That could easily been a triple.
Here's Trey Newland. Bounced into a fielder's choice in the first. This one popped into right field, an easier play for Sledge. Ranging over, makes the grab, tagging, and moving up is Owens. So he's at third base with 2 outs. And the batter's Jaden Ward.
Now batting third baseman number 11, Jaden Ward.
First pitch ball to Ward, who grounded to short his first time up. Big cut. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Lays off, ball 2. Here's the 3-1, swing and a miss, and the count runs full.
Ward just eking into the top 10 in the PBC in total hits this season.
Slow ground ball to third, and the throw is wide of first. Run comes in to score. It's 4-0. And it'll go down as an error on the third baseman to Avian Sumter.
The umps are going to confer here. Not entirely sure about what. The throw brought Gay into the baseline.
I didn't notice any contact. Did you see?
Didn't notice any contact either.
Our umpires today, Brian Bernard is behind the plate, Nick Myers at first, and Keith Atkinson is the third base ump.
This is the third run this series so far that's going to be unearned. Actually, fourth run if you count the error that scored the run earlier in the game. So Panthers defense has really been letting them down. 4 unearned runs through 2 games so far. Only, 12 innings? Not even 12 full innings of work in.
Right. And the pitching has been shaky, as you mentioned, as well this year. That's a toxic combination to have kind of a shaky pitching staff and a shaky defense behind them. How are they as hitters? Just checking their average here.
217.
Just a 217 as a club, so they don't really excel in anything, hitting, fielding, or pitching.
We'll see what Scott Nestor can do, the head coach, in his first season.
So Coach Nestor's out to talk to...
Did they check his glove? I looked like they came over and checked the glove of Charles Jackson.
That's the one thing I was going to add to the article that I did for the preview. So that finishes.
A confusing situation.
It is. I'm not sure what happened here. One umpire is talking to Dave Barnett. The other's talking to Scott Nestor.
I'm a big kiss theory person.
And I haven't seen any signal one way or the other.
Well, they gave Ward second base.
Ah, that's a good...
I just picked that up when I...
Yeah.
My day off Thursday, consistent writing.
Maybe,
Or did Ward take second base on the throw that got away, or did it? No,
he was at first.
Okay.
But I think that maybe we can't really see because we're blocked out, but maybe you got caught underneath the fence, the errant throw.
Was Ward awarded second base?
Yes, he was.
Did he go in the dugout?
Probably that, or probably went into like the fence area.
Well, no one seems to be arguing very vehemently either way, either coach. Ward is at second now, and the batter is Coy Phillips, who walked and scored in the first. Saints lead at 4-0. 4 runs on 5 hits. They've been the beneficiary of a couple of errors from Claflin. Hard hit into the hole, and they're going to send the runner. Here comes Ward. The throw is not in time, and the Saints lead at 5-0 on the RBI single from Coy Phillips.
2-out damage has been the Saints' MO so far in this one. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all the
run stands the
except for Owens
in this inning have come with 2 outs. See if Burke can keep a good day going for him, already with an RBI single today.
First pitch ball. Hitters count for Burke at 2-0.
"47 pitches so far here for Jackson."
Grounded to short. We go the short way, and the inning is over, but not before the Saints pick up a couple more. They lead at 5-0 as we head to the third. Top of the third inning. Deshante Caraway leads it off, the catcher. First pitch, pops it out of play. Well, Faulkner has struck out the last 5 batters he's faced. Ground ball, knocked down by Clapp. It'll be a hit for Caraway, the second of the game for the Panthers. And the leadoff man is aboard for Alvy Fullwood. Good job by Clapp just knocking that down, showing some range.
He's quick, deceptively quick. Coming into the year, really didn't expect much out of the speed department from your first baseman, but now he's shifted over to shortstop, has stolen a couple of bags, doing it all, showing off the versatility.
Yeah, and you mentioned he's looked good defensively. Mason Gray was the everyday starting shortstop until he was lost for the season with the hand injury. Donovan Garcia got some starts there, but now Clapp has really solidified himself over the last couple weeks. 0-2 the count to Fullwood. Foul tipped into the mitt. Strike 3. It's the 6th strikeout for Dylan Faulkner.
He's just rolling here. And I see he's gone away from his curveball, which has been one of his better weapons, but he's just blowing fastballs by people left and right here. Really just a display of power pitching.
The batter's Austin Montgomery, the second baseman. One ball and one strike. Ward's been creeping in a little bit at third base. Not sure if he's expecting Montgomery to try to lay down a bunt, but ends up even with or even inside the bag at third.
Saw Claflin yesterday attempt to drop down a few bunts. They really struggled getting them down. Popped out, I want to say 2 or 3 bunts and tried a few more, just couldn't get them in play. Not what you want, especially when you're going to give them 3 out. You want to get that runner to move over. But if you're popping them out, it's fundamentals right there, which an issue for Claflin so far this series.
2-2's the count. Faulkner maybe overthrew a bit on that last fastball, trying to get Montgomery to chase out of the zone.
A little waste fastball there. Change the eye, maybe come back with a curveball.
The count is full.
Don't want to walk the 9-hole guy. Definitely don't want to walk the 9-hole guy here.
A runner breaks, and it's ball 4, and he's done just that. There are 2 on now with 1 out here in the third. Back to the top of the order, and Kobe Miller, who led off the game with a single. Pop foul out of play. There's 2 more home games remaining after this. Claflin again tomorrow at noon, and then Edward Waters on Tuesday at 6. And the Saints go on the road to Georgia Southwestern to wrap up the regular season. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. Ball 2. Faulkner looks like he's lost the feel for the strike zone a bit here as he's toiled in the 3rd inning.
First real trouble that he's been in here. See how he responds.
2-1. Awkward swing from Miller.
Non-competitive swing there.
It's like he was fooled on the pitch.
A little dead fish low away, a little change-up action to the outside half. Really works well off of that fastball.
2-2. Popped out of play.
I think that's the roof.
This one popped up. A short left field. Clapp ranging over, and he makes the catch in short left field for the 2nd out. Here's to Avian Sumter. One of 6 strikeout victims so far at the hands of Faulkner.
Catch Wentworth.
I think it caught Wentworth. Yeah, it's home plate umpire Brian Bernard walking the ball out to Faulkner and giving Wentworth a chance to collect himself.
Controversial decision by Jackson Wentworth just last week. Shaved his mustache.
Oh.
One of the best mustaches in the PWC, I'd say. And shaved it It's gone, and the Saints have won since then. So maybe something to look for.
Right.
Clean slate. And the Saints have won 4 straight since he's done it. So.
Jordan Fauci, Saints Insider. Good-looking breaking pitch.
Beautiful hook there from Flagler.
I thought it might have been your haircut that started the winning streak, because you're looking good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. A bit more professional look now. No more poofy curly hair. More slick back approach. Also have a mustache now. I messed up shaving as that one bounces in. But mustache is just all... It's in the air. It's the time. It's the time of the year.
Okay.
See one coming. See one coming in for you?
No, never. Unable to, I would say. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Faulkner gets out of the jam. Saints continue to lead it 5-0. Bottom of the third inning, Taylor Clapp, Tim Kudlinski, and Ashton Thomas due up for the Saints as Charles Jackson continues on the mound for the Panthers. Jackson's thrown 48 pitches, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, just 3 of them earned. He has not recorded a strikeout. He's walked 1.
Yeah, 6 out. Even. And then there's 2 teams at 5 over, we're 6 over.
A little ahead of myself maybe with Faulkner's good start so far. Hopefully he continues on, but I think this is what Coach Barnett and Coach Pelkey kind of imagined at the beginning of the season would be a common occurrence. Off the pitcher's glove, and Clapp beats it out for a base hit, his second of the game.
Bang, play there first. Yeah, no, this is what coming into the year I was expecting on the rotation.
Right. I mean, you get a great start on Friday night from Gage Voorhees, and now we've starting to see that happened from Gage, and he looks like his all-conference self from a year ago. Still not getting a whole lot of run support, but then you have Dylan Faulkner, the Saturday starter, and then you're hoping you're in good shape as you head into Sunday to either win the series or sweep the series potentially, and the umpires are going to come together here.
They say that was it was a close play at first, but I don't really see where where the conference is going to come from.
Right. Wouldn't you just appeal it very quickly to one of the other umpires?
Did Nestor, the head coach, come out and...
I didn't notice him. And I guess they are going to just confirm that he was safe. So perhaps Nestor did ask for a confirmation. Here's Kadlinski, who has an RBI single today. Kadlinski getting the start at left. This is his 27th start of the year.
Saints really toyed around with the outfield this year. A lot of defensive changes for the Saints. It feels like last year everyone was just kind of stuck in their normal positions.
Right.
Had an idea, but it feels like every time we come down to the ballpark, there's a little tinkering going on by Dave Barnett.
Trying to find that winning combination. Matthew Burke has essentially been a fixture at second, although he did not get the start Tuesday in the win against Edward Waters. That might have just been a routine day off. And Ward has cemented himself at third base. But you're right, a lot of changes at first, in left field, center field.
Pretty much consistently, it's been Owens out in right, Burke, and Ward.
Right.
We've seen Taylor Clapp now move over to shortstop. Coy Phillips steps in. We've seen 3 catchers this season between Griffin Garcia, Wentworth, and Johnny Crow.
2-2 is the count to Kadlinski.
Before you leave, can you lock that gate behind the
2-2 pitch, grounded to first. Gay will try to go to second, and he throws it away.
We'll show C3.
And it's an error on the first baseman. Clapp ends up at third. Kadlinski ends up at second.
Now batting designated number 21, Ashton.
Still nobody out. Here's Ashton Thomas.
Not a great. You see why their record is the way it is this season. Just defensively making. I like the idea there to go to second, try to turn 2, but the execution definitely not there. Now you got a dangerous bat. Wouldn't be surprised to see Bam take one deep here. We've been waiting on it all year. I think both of his home runs have come on the road.
I believe you're right.
He hasn't greeted the Red Monster yet.
Grounded past the first baseman Gay. This will plate 2. And the Saints lead at 7-0. It's a double for Thomas, along with 2 RBIs.
That's a tough play there for Gay. Gave it a good shot.
Yeah.
But that one was hit hard off the bat. Just got a little bit on top of it. Thomas did, but able to muscle that one through the infield.
So here's Jackson Wentworth.
3 more runs.
Shows bunt, gets down a good one. Jackson slipped coming off the mound. He makes the play. Nice athleticism from Charles Jackson. Goes down as a sacrifice and moves Thomas up to third.
It's a great bunt, though.
Beautiful.
That's what you like to see. Some good fundamental baseball there from the Saints. Laying down a nice bunt, sack bunt down third base line. Don't really think that Wentworth had really any intention of reaching base there. He's not the fastest guy in the lineup here, but did his job, and now Saints got another runner just 90 feet away.
Well, you talk about execution. You know, we talked about the lack of it with Claflin. This one scoots away from the catcher Caraway, but not far enough. And again, Jackson sprints in and backs up the play.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think I ever have either.
Usually you see the catcher slide over there, and the pitcher covers home. But
well, Caraway was lost. He had no idea where the ball was, and Jackson saw it. And we saw the athleticism on the last play when he fielded the bunt. There we saw him going from the rubber to home very quickly.
luckily you don't really have to worry about Ashton Thomas.
Grounded back to the pitcher. Jackson looks Thomas back, throws to second for the second out.
Fastest guy in the lineup, band. But that was a good play there for Jackson there. Looking back, he fielded that one strangely. He kind of got his feet tangled up and sat down when he fielded his bunt. Able to stay calm, make the play over the first. Some execution defensively after some miscues earlier in the inning.
Yeah, Jackson, the pitcher, has helped himself out with the glove. And here he pumps in a strike to Newland, who's 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out.
I didn't catch him.
Yep. That hits Newland. So Trey's aboard for the first time. And here comes Jaden Ward. Looking for his first hit today. Does have an RBI and a run scored.
Did you realize that nobody reached second base for Claflin? Yeah, they only have 4 hits. I don't think he walked a guy either.
Saints with sole possession of first and second in stolen bases as
Newland breaks. The throw is not going to be released from Caraway. So Newland extends his PBC lead in steals, at least according to the PBC website. He now has 23, which is 3 better than Owens, his teammate.
saw it earlier in the year, but it's a shame that we didn't get to see a full season out of Mason Gray. Really would have had a track meet.
Absolutely. You arguably could have had the top 3 places in stolen bases as Jackson makes yet another good defensive play to get himself out of the inning, but not before the Saints tack on 2 more and lead it 7-0. For play-by-play? Awesome. Yeah. Let me know when you want to. Right now? Okay. Welcome back. Top of the 4th. Saints lead at 7-0. Here with the play-by-play is Jordan Fauci.
Dylan Faulkner in the midst of a gem here. He struck out 7 so far. He'll face the heart of this Panthers lineup in Mackenzie Gay, Jelani Howard, and Joshua Cooper. So it'll be 3, 4, 5 as they offered that, pulled it back, breaking ball in the dirt there. 1-0 pitch on the way. Ahead of that is took a little bit off there. Faulkner's been good though.
Yeah, pulled the string on that pitch. He's mixed it up pretty effectively. Ooh, and then blows the fastball by.
Right high and tight there. Peyton, the top shelf as he looks for his 8th strikeout of the game. Lines in the 1-2 pitch on the way. This one's going to be popped up into center, a mile high, as Newland will come in and make the catch. First out of the 4th inning here as Mackenzie Gay pops out. It'll be Jelani Howard, who was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning. First pitch in. This is high from Faulkner. Howard batting .257 on the season. One of the better averages on this Panthers team. Got himself in a hitter's count here. It's 2-0. Faulkner able to pump in a fastball for a strike. But you gotta like what we've seen from the Saints so far today.
Oh, they've put it all together. Good hitting, outstanding pitching, solid defense. I'd love to see what that radar gun's reading on those fastballs. The radar gun that the Saints bench players have right behind home plate.
Yeah, Faulkner, tall lefty, hairy guy, as in throws a lot of a strong fastball as he'll elevate there for his 8th strikeout of the game as Howard goes down slowly. But
should the Saints get into the PBC tournament, in a limited tournament like that, a double elimination tournament with 4 teams, they could be a tough out with Voorhees and Faulkner if they both pitch the way they have here later in the season.
Yeah, no, definitely a tough out, especially put Gage Voorhees up there with anyone in the Peach Belt Conference. And then Faulkner, the way he's pitched his last couple outings, especially today, has just been, if he can continue with this momentum, it'll be huge.
That's the whole beauty of the postseason tournament. A team can get hot, and with a couple of great pitchers.
Throw on from Clapp is in time, and that will do it here. 1-2-3 inning. As Faulkner continues his dominance on the mound, we'll head to the bottom half of the 4th inning here at Drysdale Field. Defensive change here as we get into the bottom half of the 4th. Jaden Lattimore takes over for Joshua Cooper at shortstop. 5'10" freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. Now responsible for at least half that middle infield. Jackson's still on the mound here. He'll face Phillips, Burke, and Clapp to the heart of the Saints lineup. Set to maybe tack on to the 7-0 lead here. First pitch here from Jackson. Misses high for a ball.
25 years in the minor leagues.
Called strike on the inner half as Jackson was able to get that one right around the hands of Coy Phillips.
I thought he was going to go up because when he was with the Rockcats in the
This one nearly takes off Jackson's head as that one's lined hard back up the middle. It'll be a base knock for Coy Phillips.
Phillips really seeing the ball well, it seems like, lately. He has a walk and 2 singles, and seems to be settling in nicely at the plate now that he's getting some regular playing time at first base. Hitting .333 coming in, that average now will go up.
Phillips has reached in all 3 at-bats. This will be Matthew Burke, the Saints' longtime second baseman. Burke on the day finds himself 1 for 2. Singled back in the first. He came around to score.
Before I was there. I had a player on the baseball team named Charlie Brown. He's the local district
Year
attorney.
1 here for Jackson. Hits Matthew Burke.
It's kind of convenient for the baseball team.
It's been a while for Burke, who generally gets hit, feels like every series, at least once or twice.
That's a good point, especially last year. I remember him getting hit frequently. And hey, it's as good as a single in a lot of ways. You're on base.
Burke leads the Peach Belt Conference. This is his 23rd time he's been hit by a pitch.
Wow.
Outpacing the second place man, Colby Brapston, by now 7 hit by pitches. So I don't know if Burke has offended the pitchers in the Peach Belt Conference or what's going on there, but we have the corners playing in here as that one scoots away and thrown out, trying to advance Coy Phillips with a rare base running mistake here for the Saints.
Yep. Yeah, and John Jordan mentioned it off mic that he hesitated a little bit. He might have been in there, but then he did slide past the bag as well. So
good play there from Deshante Caraway, the catcher, to stay with that one as it spiked in and then able to get to the ball and deliver a good throw down to third. The runner on first, and Matthew Burke will be 1 down now for the Saints shortstop Taylor Clapp. Clapp is 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. He'll hit this one a mile high into shallow center. Actually, it's going to hang up in the infield. Confusion there as the second baseman and shortstop catch that one with their gloves touching. I believe Lattimore was the one to make the catch. It'll be 2 down now for Tim Kudlinski.
Yeah, both of them calling for the ball, and Lattimore finally, I guess, took charge enough to make the catch anyway.
Confusing play there as Lattimore comes in as a defensive replacement and makes the catch. Pitch from Jackson misses outside. Kudlinski on the day has reached on an error. He came around to score, but he also singled back in the first. Saints with 9 hits on the day as a team. Also reached 3 times on errors, a couple of walks, and hit by a pitch as well. That'll be 1-1. Jackson getting up there in pitch count, 72 pitches. That was the 73rd as he's worked his way through 3 2/3. Small lead for Burke at first. That one's going to be grounded foul down the first base line. Two swung on and missed. Kudlinski goes down swinging as that will do it here for the bottom of the 4th. Saints still lead 7-0. Faulkner continues his day. 56 pitches through 4 innings of work, only allowing 2 hits. He struck out 8, walked 1. He will face Eric Sledge, Deshante Caraway, and Alvy Fullwood. Solid day in terms of pitch count for him. Not as great as his Gage was yesterday, but still solid numbers there. We'd love to stretch him out as much as possible. So that one's going to be lined right back up the middle. Nearly hit Faulkner in the square of the back. There'll be a single here for Eric Sledge.
Just the third hit allowed by Faulkner. All of them singles. He's got 8 strikeouts already.
Interesting side note here. We haven't seen a Panthers base runner reach second base so far today.
And none reached yesterday, right? None reached it. They've not been in scoring position in the series, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a tough series so far. Tough year for Claflin. But with the bats in this series, nothing has really come together. They've been caught stealing now twice between the 2 games. That one's going to be grounded down the line at third and foul. Caraway had really the only loud contact for Claflin yesterday. Hit a ball right down the line, a long run for Kludelinski as he caught it right on the warning track. Had there not been any wind, that one may have found its way out of the ballpark. However, the wind helping out the Saints. The 1-1 pitch from Faulkner. This one's going to go the other way. A little floater down the line and into the Saints bullpen as that's Justin Haskins who made the catch in the Saints bullpen. That will be 1-2 as Faulkner looks for his 9th strikeout of the game.
Career high 11 at Augusta. That was earlier this year at March 23rd at Augusta. So that's within reach.
Definitely within reach here as that one skips in. Counts even now at 2-2. Small lead for the runner Sledge at first. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. Reset now at 2-2. Sledge, a threat on the base paths, has stolen 3 in 3 attempts this season. But with Faulkner, the big lefty, not taking as ambitious of a lead. He'll take off the 2-2, and there'll be no throw down as the first runner in scoring position here for the Panthers in the series.
Yeah, and Sledge got an outstanding jump. He picked the right pitch to go on. Faulkner going into kind of an extended windup there, and Sledge had it beaten before the ball was even out of Faulkner's hands, and I think Whitworth made a wise play to just hold it and not risk throwing it away.
Not entirely sure what's going on here, as the home plate umpire today is going to take a step out and potentially a substitution here for the Panthers. Home plate umpire is going to be Brian Baynard. Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Mayer and Keith Atkinson. Atkinson took care of the home plate responsibilities just yesterday. Count will be full here to Caraway. 3-2. Called third strike. Pair of shoes there. The second in the closet for Faulkner as that'll be his 9th strikeout of the game.
Good looking pitch. Caraway thought he had worked the walk. Caught the inside corner.
This will bring up Alvy Fullwood. His second at bat today. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. First pitch here. Misses inside. Saints have an arm warming up in the pen. I believe that's number 38, Houston Wynn. Going to catch him at second, but a athletic slide back in from Sledge as Faulkner had him dead to right there.
Yeah, Faulkner delivers that on the third base side of second base. It's probably an out. The ball bends to the first base side.
Fastball is going to miss high. The 2-0 pitch here. This one's going to be popped up and out of play. Albie Fullwood not having a great year with the bat. With a .154 batting average. Only 2 hits on the year. No doubles, no triples, no homers, no RBIs. The 2-1. In for a called strike. Fullwood kind of a lamb in this Panthers lineup. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, the 10th strikeout of the game here as Faulkner is just one off of his career high.
Looking great so far. And when you have Gage Voorhees kind of setting the standard on Friday, Faulkner trying to match that excellence here on Saturday.
This will bring up the second baseman, Austin Montgomery. Montgomery walked back in the third inning. First pitch swung on and missed, so change up to the outer half there. Montgomery, not much better than Fullwood. .56 batting average in 64 at-bats. He has 10 hits, 3 doubles. Fouled this one off and found himself in a quick 0-2 hole. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Just misses. Faulkner wanted that one.
Yep, he did. He thought he'd rung him up.
Do it over again, the 1-2. On the way from the big lefty. Breaking ball misses high. We'll have deuces across the board now. Faulkner in a good rhythm here, though.
He seems to be.
2-2. Little check swing. Did he go? He did. Okay.
No one wants to make the call.
It looked like that was a called strike anyway, but that will be 11 strikeouts for Dylan Faulkner, matching his career high that he set earlier this season. And the Saints will head to the bottom half of the fifth, leading 7-0. Back now here for the bottom of the 5th inning. We have Ashton Bam, Thomas Jackson, Wentworth in the top of the lineup for the Saints, and Sims Owens due to bat. First pitch in here is that's going to miss high for ball 1. Charles Jackson, not his best performance on the mound this season. 4 innings, 78 pitches, 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 of which earned. He struck out 1 and he's walked 1. Misses high as well for ball 2, as Thomas will find himself in a hitter's count. Second baseman Montgomery playing in shallow right field. 2-0 pitch. That one misses high as well, as he finds his way back to the backstop as Caraway, I think he fell over out of his catching stance there. In for a called strike. Thomas was taking all the way there. That one will be outside for ball 4, as Thomas will work himself into a leadoff walk. It will be Jackson Wentworth, the catcher. Wentworth in his last at-bat dropped down a sacrifice bunt. We have a conference here, as that's Xavier Johnson, the assistant coach, going to come out and speak with Charles Jackson, obviously. We'll thank a few of our corporate sponsors here. Applebee's, there's no place like the neighborhood. Academy Bus, we know the way. Anchor Faith, a community of people passionate about Jesus. A.D. Davis Construction, builders, developers, and contractors. The Bailey Group, no matter where you want to go, we'll help you get there. Ameris Bank, savings for the expected or unexpected. Atlantic Dodge, proud supporter of Flagler Athletics. And Birchall & Company, find your home today. Flagler fans, if you want to support all Flagler athletic teams, join the Saints Club. Visit www.flaglerathletics.com and click on the Saints Club link for details. Meeting of the Minds is done on the mound with the Saints catcher Jackson Wentworth here.
And just starting to get some movement in the Claflin bullpen. Just playing catch at the moment. So it looks like it's Jackson's road to hoe here, or road to hoe.
Saw this yesterday with Kyle Hawkins. I believe he had about 120 or so, 130 or so pitches. Went complete game in a game that wasn't really close, as this one's going to be popped up. And the pitcher, Johnson, will make the catch.
That's how you call for a ball. Everyone in the stadium knew who's taking that one.
Well, if my team had made 3 errors behind me today, he's been his best friend on the mound defensively. He really has. Jackson doing a good job on the mound defensively, picking up some of the slack where there have been some unfortunate breaks in the field for behind him. Top of the lineup, we back up here. It'll be Sims Owens as he'll line one at the second baseman. Nice play on a hop. On to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time. Will be a fielder's choice. But Owens really smashed that one.
Beautiful play by Montgomery to pick that on the short hop. And he did it cleanly. I thought he had a chance at turning the double play. And perhaps if it wasn't someone as speedy as Owens, it would have been.
Another speed demon up here for the Saints, and this is Trey Newland. Newland on the day. It's 0 for 2. That's going to be a grounder over to the third baseman. Throwing to first is in time. The Saints will strand 1. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning here at Drysdale Field. And we are back now. New arm on the mound is Houston Wynn, but that will close the book on Dylan Faulkner's day, one of his best performances of the season. He tied his career high for strikeouts, 11 of those, 75 pitches through 5 innings of work, only allowing 3 hits and walking 1.
Beautiful performance, outstanding. Can't really ask for more.
First pitch popped up into behind the home plate. It's going to find its way into the stands here as it nearly takes out one of the Flagler faithful.
I'm surprised that they pulled Faulkner. Just 75 pitches in, pitching great. Tied his career high in strikeouts.
It would have been the 3rd time through the order for Faulkner, but he was cruising, as we've said a couple of times here. Beautiful breaking ball from the new guy on the mound, Houston Wynn. Originally from Venice High School, from Nokomis, Florida. A freshman, standing 6 feet, weighing 180 pounds. Left-hander, has been solid for the Saints out of the pen all year. The 4.37 ERA. He has a save on the year, 22 2/3 innings of work. He'll face the top of the lineup, Kobe Miller, the man up to bat. Miller finds himself in a 0-2 hole. So he'll fight off another pitch here. Miller on the day, finds himself 1 for 2. He led the game off with a single, but was caught stealing. The 0-2 pitch. This one's going to be grounded softly down the first base line and foul.
Well, evidently, Coach Barnett, Coach Pelkey felt comfortable with where they're at in the game, a 7-0 lead. Give their bullpen some work.
This one's going to be popped up in the infield. In foul territory, ranging over, making the catch is going to be the catcher, Jackson Wentworth. Looks like Wentworth struggled to find that one off the bat, but was able to get over there.
Yeah, and I think Phillips also, perhaps the sun played havoc there, but Phillips got a late jump.
New batter will be Sumter as he'll go the other way for a base knock. His first hit of the ball game here for Davian Sumter.
Just the 4th hit for the Panthers, and the first allowed by Wynn. All singles.
It will be Mackenzie Gay, the first baseman here. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout back in the first. Take a first pitch fastball in the other half for a strike. Breaking ball is going to be rolled over. Diving stop from Burke. Throwing to first is in time. What a play from Matthew Burke. Defensive highlight there as he saves a hit.
Absolutely did. Burke showing incredible range, just staying with it. Some second baseman might have given up on that, thinking it's through for a base hit, but he stayed with it, dived, smothered it, and the slow-footed Gay was the right guy to have heading down the first baseline.
Mr. Hustle, Matthew Burke there, not giving up on the play. As that breaking ball is going to miss outside, there'll be 2 down with a runner on second for Jelani Howard. Howard having himself a rough day at the plate. He struck out twice. Oh, this one off down the first base line and out of play. Men's lacrosse, their game went final. They had a big in-conference game against Alabama Huntsville. Won that 13-12. Just a 1-goal win for them. I believe that solidifies them, if I'm not mistaken, in the 2nd seed, if I'm correct.
I think so.
So they most likely will be hosting a Peach Belt Conference tournament game. That'll be 2-1 now. Breaking ball just misses. It'll be a hitter's count now for Howard. Saints women's lacrosse set to host as they lead 17-11 against the Lander.
Now that is shortstop. Number
There'll be a
31,
walk issued
Jaden Lattimore.
to Howard. There'll be runners now on first and second for Jaden Lattimore. This is his first at-bat of the game. Came in for Josh Cooper back in the top half of the fifth. First pitch strike there from Houston Wind. Yo one fouled off as Lattimore finds himself in a hole. Jaden Lattimore batting .216 on the year and limited at-bats, only 36. The 0-2 pitch from Wynn, swung on and missed in the dirt, as that will be a strikeout for Houston Wynn. Panthers strand 2 as we'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jackson still on the mound here for the Panthers. He'll face the hottest Saints orders in the Saints order in Jaden Ward, Floyd Phillips, and Matthew Burke. 3-4-5 debt set to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Saints lead 7-0. We've seen the scoring kind of just stop all of a sudden.
Yeah, things have gotten quiet. Saints got all the runs in the first 3 innings.
Jackson, 87 pitches now, 9 hits, 7 earned, 7 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Jaden Ward, who was honored in the pregame, earned himself scholarship. 2-0. This one's going the other way. A little flare out into right. Sledge will make the catch on the run. First out here of the 6th. He's going to bring up Floyd Phillips, who's been seeing the ball exceptionally well so far today. Actually, since he's really rejoined the Saints lineup, he's been seeing the ball exceptionally well.
Oh, yeah. Hit the ball very hard last time. Jackson has settled in a bit. He's not had a clean 1-2-3 inning yet.
Tough man to get out, especially with the way he's been seeing the ball. Phillips was caught stealing. Kind of hesitated as he tried to go over to third. This one grounded to Montgomery, the second baseman. Throwing to first is inside. Another hard hit ball there for Phillips. That one right to the glove of Montgomery. First 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. This is going to bring up Matthew Burke.
Number 3, Matthew Burke.
Burke was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. He also has a single back in the first inning. Beautiful day here in St. Augustine. Around 75 degrees. This one's going to be lined into shallow left field. It'll be another single here for Matthew Burke. And it continues, not a clean frame here for Jackson.
Yeah, and, you know, we mentioned that the Saints have done a lot of their damage, not only in this game, but in the series with 2 outs. And so we get a 2-out single from Burke, and it brings up Clapp, who has a couple of hits today.
Taylor Clapp, the Saints shortstop, batting .219 on the season. 32 hits, 7 of which doubles. He also has a triple and 2 homers, which is tied for the team lead. Jackson comes set. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses high. That one in the dirt. It's going to skip past Caraway, the catcher. Burke will head to second. Go down in the books as a wild pitch. So the Saints will have a runner in scoring position now. And a 2-1 clap, or 2-1 count to Clap, the shortstop. That one hit hard at the shortstop. Lattimore will bobble it, but make the throw in time to first. Good job of him to stay with that one. The Saints will strand a runner at second. And will head to the top of the 7th here at Drysdale Field. Saints lead 7-0. And we are back now. Top 7th, kicking it off with play-by-play will be Dave Wenda.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jordan. Due up for the Panthers of Claflin is Eric Sledge, Deshante Caraway, and Albie Fullwood. Wynn continues on the hill for the Saints, beginning his 2nd inning of work. Gave up a hit and a walk in the 6th inning, but no runs.
12 strikeouts as a team today.
Yeah, Faulkner was awesome.
As compared to 1 strikeout here for the Saints, that might be their best number of the year.
Wow. Great pick at third base by Ward, and he throws across for the first out.
The development of Jaden Ward as a third baseman has been great to watch.
I was hoping you'd talk about that because it wasn't always so sure-handed. He wasn't such a sure thing defensively at third base when he joined the Saints. Always a good hitter, always a productive hitter, but really has settled in and become a solid defensive third baseman.
nickname is Cheese, by the way.
Really?
That. It's more.
Do I want to know?
I honestly don't know. I didn't ask when I was told that. But
Was that swing strike? 02?
counts 0-2 now to win. 4 win. Yeah, not entirely sure where that one comes from. And honestly, probably better left unanswered.
I think he kind of checked his swing on that one.
Yeah, I did. So his name was
Just call it.
yeah, so it's past.
This is Caraway, 2-2 the count. To the Claflin catcher. Lays off, and the count runs full. Caraway does have one of the 4 hits today for Claflin. So we're talking about the stakes for the Saints trying to play their way into the PBC tournament, and we said if they won this game, they'd pull even with Augusta. But it turns out the league has the wrong win-loss record, and there's strike 3 called. Second out of the inning on a beautiful pitch from Wynn. But the league is a little behind reality. And so Augusta's actually 12-15, where the Saints are 10-15. So the Saints need to win today and tomorrow to pull even in the league with the Jaguars for the 8th and final playoff spot. Augusta's playing out of league this weekend. They'll play USC Beaufort next weekend, and the Saints visit Georgia Southwestern. So assuming the Saints can win, I know that's a big assumption, but we would think you'd hold on here in a 7-0 game.
Sure hope so.
And then, the Claflin's eminently beatable. They have not won a conference game this season, so should the Saints win again tomorrow, everything will be tied going into the final weekend. Fly ball to left. Kedlinski makes the play. And the Panthers are gone in order. We head to the bottom of the 7th, still 7-0. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. Does Augusta have Beaufort at home or on the road? I'll look it up. Okay. Really? Lander beat Young Harris yesterday? And welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Saints have been in control from the get-go. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second and the third to lead it by 7. Jackson will go back to work. The starter for Claflin. So 97, now 98 pitches. So getting back to the thought, Flagler needs 2 wins here to pull even with Augusta. Then the Jaguars host USC Beaufort for 3 games to wrap up the regular season, while the Saints go on the road to Georgia Southwestern. Georgia Southwestern's the 3rd best team in the league. That's going to be a tough task for the Saints. But they would control their own destiny at that point. Beaufort is one of the worst teams in the league. 5-19. They sit in 10th place. But if the records end up tied, as Kudlinski works the walk, Flagler has the tiebreaker, as they won 2 of 3 up in Augusta in late March. And a pitching change coming. We'll step aside, introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back here on the Peach Belt Conference Network. And welcome back. The second pitcher of the day for Claflin is number 18, Jaden Harden, a 6'2", 225-pound senior. Harden making his 16th appearance. He's 0-2 on the season, with a 12.73 earned run average. 23 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 47 hits, 35 runs, 33 of them earned. He's walked 15 and struck out just 7.
It's kind of been lunch his entire career here for Claflin. Opponents in his career hitting .384 off.
Wow.
11 homers, 23 doubles. There's as many doubles hit against him as there are strikeouts, which is definitely not a recipe for success.
Mm-hmm. Well, that might help explain why Jackson stayed in the game so long. They don't have a lot of other good options to go to. The batter's Ashton Thomas, who's had a good day today. A 2-run double in the third, a walk in the fifth. Fouled off. Harden in high school was second team All-State. In Georgia, which has good high school baseball. There's the 1-2. This is low.
His first year with Claflin wasn't bad. 7 appearances, 2.45 ERA. Opponents hitting .212 off of him. But pretty much after COVID, the wheels kind of fell off the bus for him.
Just 5 appearances in 2021. Do you see any statistics for 2022?
8 appearances, 11.32 ERA. He started a game and Pitched 10 in the third innings. Opponents hitting 375 off of him that year.
Count is full to Thomas. Spoils the 3-2 offering. Thomas draws his second walk. He's on for the third time today. First two Saints reach here in the seventh, and that brings up the catcher, Jackson Wentworth.
That's a really good at-bat there for Thomas. Uncharacteristic of him. Usually a free swinger, but he's 8-pitch at-bat for him. He worked himself out of a hole there.
There you go, walk off home run.
And the drew the walk.
He's got to get into it.
Wentworth looking for his first hit. He did lay down a beautiful bunt to advance Thomas back in the third inning, and this is going to be a double play.
Athletic play there from Lattimore, the shortstop. Thomas playing some old school baseball there, sliding to try to break up the double play, but Lattimore able to deliver the throw and then jump over Thomas.
Back to the top of the order in Sims Owens. 2 for 4 with a single, a double, 2 runs scored. Hard hit, but foul. 0-2 is the count.
So is that sound effect coming off of that laptop or my laptop?
That's my phone.
Oh, okay. Like I don't want like mail notifications like going.
Couldn't get him to chase.
Saints will have a new arm coming in the next inning. Houston Wynn walked back to the bullpen. Usually he'd stay in the dugout if he's going to come out for a third inning, but a good performance for him in his freshman year.
Yeah.
Really?
The 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hard hit, base hit. This will score a run. And it's 8-0 Saints. Big turn for Owens, but he'll stay put at first. And he has his third hit of the day.
Now batting center field, number 7, Trey Newland.
Here's Trey Newland. One of the few Saints that doesn't have a hit. Owens breaks for second, no throw.
That was a great jump. That was such a good jump.
And Owens has his 22nd stolen base of the season.
He's coming for Trey.
Coming for Newland, who's at the plate. Ground ball, base hit. They're going to send Owens. The throw is offline, and the Saints put up their 9th run of the game. Trey Newland gets his first hit and an RBI with it.
Just to stay in shape there. Nice.
Now batting third baseman, number 11, Jaden Ward.
Just rolled one over. just rolled over on one, but found his way through. People get on, and now off to the races maybe again for him.
I would think, if you gave the green light to Owens, why not to Newland? And I think Dave Barnett's maybe thinking what we're thinking. He'd like to put up a 10 spot and end this thing. And nothing unsportsmanlike about it. There's no unwritten rule necessarily that says you shouldn't run with a 9-0 lead.
Also considering the PBC lead implications there. I know in the back of Newland's, it's in the back of Newland's mind.
Yeah.
Back Owens' mind. So, see if he'll take off. A little sportsmanship, gamesmanship from the Saints outfielders.
They'll check on him as Newland had a pretty good lead. Stolen base earlier in the game gives him 23 for the year. Owens up to 21. Fouled off. Excuse me, Owens is 22. Again, the PBC website lets me down. The 1-1 off the plate. That one scoots away, and Newland's going to advance to second without a throw. Well, now I doubt he steals third.
I don't see that in the cards. He might. You never know. You never know, but it'd be a strange decision for him to take off. If there's anyone that would be able to do it, though, it's him.
Right. It's the 3-1. Hard hit into center or into left field, and it falls in. And that is the ball game. Saints win it 10-0 on the Ward RBI base hit. So
congratulate him like a walk-off. That one he caught off the end of the bat. But, hey, we'll take it.
We'll take it, absolutely. Saints improved to 16-27 overall, 11-15. Claflin now 1-36, 0-26 in the PBC. So the same two tomorrow at noon to wrap up the series, and we'll see if the Saints can come away with the sweep. Jordan, your thoughts?
Senior day tomorrow. Make sure, if you're not in the area, tune in. Big day for a lot of these seniors. Congratulate them on fantastic careers. And then, who doesn't want to see some Saints baseball? It's 5 straight wins now.
5 straight.
It's 6. So yeah, let's keep it the good times rolling. It's a great day to have, a day tomorrow, and it was a great game today as well.
Well, for Jordan Fauci, I'm Dave Wenda. I'd also like to thank our Sports Information Director, John Jordan, and our producer, Martin Fiorentino. Saints win it 10-0.